Thank you. I hate to be disappointing, but I am not going to tell any jokes today. I'm here to stop the drilling now. Now, I'm not here for a tax. I'm not here for a compromise. I'm not here for some kind of watered-down resolution which will allow the drilling to continue while senators and assemblymen and women pat themselves on the back. This has been a very difficult 3 years of investigating. I have been all across the nation and all across the world investigating natural gas drilling. But I am not here to tell you of the 1 in 20 rate of well casing failure or the scientifically proven peer-reviewed links between methane, flammable water, and drilling. You all know that stuff. You know all about the hydraulic fracturing process. You know all about the technical matters.
That's right.
I'm here to talk to you today about social movements. Right! I have learned some really hard lessons. Today, there are people in West Virginia marching on Blair Mountain to stop mountaintop removal. Those people have been expendable for the last 60 years. Their cancer, their lung problems, their disease, the destruction of their communities doesn't matter to the state of West Virginia. When Matt and I were flying over the Deepwater Horizon July 4th, 2010, and it took us approximately 60 minutes at the shoreline to have our eyes burn and our skin burn because of volatile organic compounds coming off of the Gulf of Mexico, which is not a safe food source anymore. Those people in New Orleans and in Louisiana were expendable. They didn't matter. And I'm here to tell you now, as good as it feels to be here, you are expendable.
That's right.
You don't count. You're not on their list of priorities.
How's that make you feel?
You are easy to ignore. You are like a gnat on the governor's desk. Swattable, ignorable, weak. We have to take a lesson from history. I'm going to make a film recommendation right now. The film is called Freedom Riders. It's about the leadership of the civil rights movement said, you'll never desegregate southern bus stations. You'll never do it. But the Congress on Racial Equality said, no, we're going to send people down in groups, whites and blacks together on interstate buses to challenge what was obviously illegal segregation. When they got to Alabama, they were beaten and their bus was blown up. When they got to Mississippi, they were jailed. The Kennedys wanted to ignore the civil rights movement. The Freedom Riders forced them to take a look at it, forced them to take a position. They were worried about the Russians. They weren't worried about the civil rights movement. They had a blind spot. Obama has the same blind spot now.
Yes.
He doesn't want to deal with you. Now, we ask ourselves, how is this going to get done? Sure, we need to raise awareness. We need to sign petitions. We need to write letters. We need to engage in the legislative process. All of these things which are democratic approaches, which we need to do. But the history of this country and every single bit of progress that we've had from the civil rights movement to women getting the vote has been established by civil disobedience. That is the only way they've tried every trick in the book. They've called you terrorists. They've called you extremists. They've called you liars. Some of us have been called Nazis. By people who work for this very administration.
Imagine that.
Yeah, but it's time you reminded them who is in charge. This is the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. It is our commonwealth that they are stealing. It is them, as Crystal reminds us, who are breaking the law. Who are breaking the very constitution of the Commonwealth. A lot of you are going to go see your legislators. Some of you already have. Do not plead. Do not beg. Do not ask. Demand. That's right. He said it. Demand. We need the leadership of this movement to call upon you. Are you ready? I think they're ready. The senator who stood up here and said he wanted a 3-year moratorium needs to believe in his bill. If he believed in it, he wouldn't be asking for a tax. You need to give him that belief. You need to say that we are here and we're not going anywhere. I'm not leaving this building today. I'm not leaving this building today. So remind them who is in charge, who has the real power. It's not in ad campaign dollars. It's not in lobbyists and fake scientists and fake journalists and lying lieutenant governors and governors telling you there is no water contamination. If they tell you no to your face upstairs, you tell them no right back. If they tell you it's impossible, you tell them this is America. Right? And we are patriots. This is the land of the free and the home of the brave, and those words mean something. Right? You tell them that you are on the side of right, and they are on the side of money. And goodness and peace and beauty and a safe environment for yourselves and your children is more important than money. Right? So if they tell you no, if they tell you some kind of namby-pamby thing like, oh, well, we're going to charge them reparations, I mean, come on. Am I hearing this right? They're saying they're going to charge them money and then not hold them liable for damage? Does this make any sense at all?
Corporate prostitution.
You must make yourselves known clearly, peacefully. Peaceful assertion, peaceful disobedience, peaceful justice, end the drilling now, no compromise.